Okie doke. So my goal is to get processing reading a CSV and then using that CSV to generate code in LaTeX. Because this is a handy trick to know, so I want to give you a demonstration for making the computer write code in a different language. So first things first, I need some stuff. I'm going to make a new repository in GitHub that I'm going to call LaTeX by processing. And I'm going to create that repository. And then I'm going to push that repository up. And obviously I can't make code private because I don't have money. Okay, so now I'm going to take the two sample files I gave you, the CSV and the tex file. I'm going to copy those and I'm going to throw them into GitHub, LaTeX by processing, paste, and then I'm going to save my processing sketch in there too. Oops, not there. Documents, GitHub, LaTeX by processing, and I'm going to call this LaTeX by processing. Okie dokes. Okay, so then let me give you a game plan. So here's my game plan. I'm going to open my sample text document up in an editor here. And then I'm going to show you the relevant part. I'm going to make my font size smaller. Okay, so here's this whole thing. And this is the thing I want to write. I really get tired of going through every semester and figuring out the days and writing in the class day content for a new schedule every semester, right? Let me compile this and you can see what it generates. This is a horrible idea, but okay, so oh god, that's a log file. I don't need that. PDF. This generates the syllabus for my Calc 3 class. Come on. Open. Open, says me. Okay. And none of this stuff is very relevant for today except for this thing at the end. You guys see this class schedule at the end here? So this is the thing that I'm going to try to get generating for the course that we're in right now. Right? Because you guys didn't get a day-to-day schedule. So if, like, Luna today, her pixies are not cooperating with her engine block, so she's not going to be here, or they're not going to be here today. And I would really like if they had a syllabus that said what we were talking about today, right? But I haven't got one for you guys yet. So I want to make this thing. But instead of section numbers, I want these to be like topics that we're talking about, right? So going through the whole semester, I've been compiling a list of topics that we've been talking about every day. I would like to then figure out a way to get LaTeX to write those in here without me having to go through and type each one. Because this is week 1, right? Which is icky. And if I want to go through and say, all right, on the first day, we talked about syllabus and LaTeX, right? Because that's what we actually talked about the first day in here. I don't know if you all remember that. But that means I have to change each of those things and then push go and then go check to see that it worked and I got syllabus and latex, right? Well, what if class starts on a Wednesday the semester after this one? Well, then I have to go in there and move each topic into the adjacent spot, right? But since there's 2 lines, that means I have to take each one individually and move it. And that's a really good way for me to make a mistake. You guys see that? So what I'm going to endeavor to do is to get I'm going to try to get processing to fill in at least this part of every week so that I can just do the date part. I would really also like to do the date part, but that's a little bit more complicated. You guys see that? Why is the date part more complicated?
Because then you have to split stuff up.
Yeah, then I have to know things like, okay, so this first thing, right, the 27th, I have to know that August hasn't thus far been mentioned, and so I have to put an August in the upper left corner of that box, right? And then I have to put in the appropriate date, and then there's another date, which is just 2 days later. That's easy. And then the next date, which is just 2 days later, also easy. And then the next date, 2 days later? Oh, except that's not 2 days later, right? Because that was a Friday. So this should be a Monday. So how many days later is Monday from Friday?
At least 2.
At least 2. Good answer. Better answer, it's 7 days after the first day. But 27 plus 7 is 34, and this is not August the 34th, right? It's September the 3rd. So you have to know that it's the first day in September and know how many days there were in August to figure it out, and blah, blah, blah. It takes forever. You guys see that? Like, that one's more complicated. It's not impossible, it's just a little more complicated. So I want to get this first bit working. What's that?
August is the only month that.
Yeah, I guess I could just code it all as August. It starts on the 27th of August, and then class ends on the 138th of August. Or whatever. Okay. So, first things first, I need to get reading a CSV in processing. Oh, actually, first things first, I just changed a bunch of stuff, right? You guys with me? I don't really want all of this crap to go to GitHub. Right? Because the only reason I hit compile on this thing was to show you what this looks like. Otherwise, I don't actually want to do any LaTeX file stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to delete all the LaTeX files that I don't need. So I'm going to delete all of these. What? Oh, no, I'm not. I was going to, but they're open in here. Okay, so I'm going to unselect them, and I'm going to commit this, and then I'm going to delete them. Put files in, period. Commit. Commit, thank you, committed. Cool. Push. Am I going to be able to delete those now? Probably not. That would be these ones. Cool. Oh, I know why I wasn't able to delete. No, I don't. Never mind. I don't know why that happened. Okay, so now I have all my files at least gone. And what else do I want to do? I probably should rename these. So I'm going to call that one sample.pdf. Oops, because it's open, and that. And I'm going to call my text document, which I'm also going to have to close. I'm going to call that sample.text, also with a capital S. I'm going to rename my schedule thing to, well, schedule seems like a good name. So what's the process that I'm kind of doing here? Like, what is...
Is it schedule space .csv?
Yes, it is.
That's a troll.
Yeah, don't do that. So basically what I'm doing is data cleaning, right? Like, I'm cleaning up my file names, at least to start with, and then I'm going to have to commit all that crap to GitHub. So, clean files, file names, commit. All right, push. So, are you guys with what I'm doing on GitHub? So I'm naming what change I did, and then I'm saving that change, and then I'm pushing it up to the GitHub website so that that information gets saved up there. So if I want to work on this on my desktop later, I'll just pull it down, and I won't have to email myself a file. And this way, I can go in and see the history, right? So I can see which things I've done. So if I screw something up, like accidentally delete a file I need, I can go back and pull it out. Or if I make my program go from working to not working, I can revert back a couple of steps and get it working again. Okay, so next thing's next. Should we look at what's in the CSV? Oh wait, that was cheating. Pretend you didn't see that. Let's look at what's in the CSV using processing. So, how do you read CSVs with processing? Good man. Look it up. Why would it be save table, Chris? That's the end, man.
You save first and then you
Save it first. Write it over. Empty it out.
Yeah. It's like...
All right, so I want to do, I need a load table. Okay, so...
Table. Lovely naming convention API.
Yeah, all right. So I've used this one before, right? Do you guys remember using this one before?
Yeah.
I think we used this last week for something. So I'm going to paste all this in. Okay, so I have a table called table, and then I only have a setup method. And in my setup method, we're doing table is load table. I don't have a mammals.csv.
Oh.
What do I have instead? Schedule.csv? Okay. Uh-oh. Retro. Apparently I am going to need to open this to see what the... Do you guys see my problem? How is this reading?
Once.
So it's reading. So it's doing, all right, table is loading this table, right? And then it's going to print out table.getRowCount appended with, oh, what's this going to do? Yeah, it's going to print the number that it gets out of getRowCount, which is going to be the
number of rows.
Number of rows, the row count, right? So it's going to figure out how many rows are in the table, and then it's going to print out there are this many rows in the table. You guys see that? Okay, and then what's it going to do? Yeah, then it's going to do a for loop. So for each row in the table, it's going to get some stuff and print it out. You guys see that? So I think I need to know what the headers are called. So let me see if there's a, let's see. I'm kind of dorking around. I really could just open the CSV file and look at the headers, right? Should we just do that? Let's just do that. I won't play stupid. Okay, so if I open the... Oh. Lovely. This?
The boundary between two columns.
This. Chris, you've changed my existence. It's almost as good as Control T was,
Yeah,
but not quite.
I win.
Yeah, Adam still wins. All right, so it looks like my header row says topic in intro, topic in finite, finite homework, and intro assignments. And you can see that these are not filled in lightly. That's because I got lazy and stopped filling those in. But these at least are still filled in. Oh, look. I said we were doing this in Python, but I lied. It's processing.
No files, no 18C.
Yeah, and I didn't put 18C in here because, well, I already have a schedule for that class. So I needed to build a schedule for this class, so I just kept track of what we were doing, and now we'll have to build a schedule, more or less. Okay, so it looks like the kind of thing I need is topic in intro, right? You guys see that? Okay, so let me go in here, and I don't care about an integer called ID. I don't care about an integer called name. This print line is asinine and not needed. Oh, so let's just comment it out then, huh? And what was the column title that I needed? You guys all forgot. It was topic in intro, I think. And why should that be a species? It
should.
probably shouldn't be. So we'll call it topic.
Why shouldn't it be species?
Well, okay. Fair point. Okay, so day. Oh, that's not it. Maybe just let me print out topic for now. We'll do something better in a second. All right, so right now I'm getting a table, I'm loading it in, or I'm declaring a table, I'm loading it in my CSV, I'm printing out the total number of rows, and then we're looping through the rows, and for each row we're getting the string that's stored under topic and intro, and we're going to print it out. Expectations? Might work. Concerns?
That it won't work.
That it won't work? Thank you. Why would you be... Where would your suspicion of this thing would break be?
Constant anxiety. Constant anxiety.
I just have anxiety? Yeah, okay. Which particular chunk of this do you think is most likely to cause a problem?
The load table.
The load table? Yeah, so load table might not work if the CSV isn't in the right spot. So I might have to move the CSV around in the file structure. What else? I may have forgotten what this was called. Or misspelled something. Or if this, if this capital I is actually supposed to be a lowercase I, maybe it won't work there. So let's try it and see what happens. Okay, cool. I got a null pointer exception.
Oh, because it needs to be in data.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't exist or couldn't be read. It's not that it doesn't exist, it's that it can't be read because it's not in the right spot. So I need to go in the file structure, and where's it supposed to be? I think it's supposed to be in here. Uh-oh. Oh. super annoying. Okay, so now it's in here. Go. 26 total rows. No column called topic and intro. Shite. Victory. Victory is mine. Okay, cool. So I got all the days, right? 26 total rows, and then, all right, we did a whole bunch of stuff. It's kind of with this? Okay, so then, oh, it looks like there's some like notes to myself in here. Trig should be a whole day and lab by itself next time. Do you guys remember that day? No. See, I should have made you all keep a file like this with suggestions. So I did trig and sorting one day.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a bit much. And at the end of the day, when I was sitting in my office, I was like, dude, that was a bit much. I should do trig as a day by itself next time. You guys with me? Does that seem like a good suggestion? Okay, so let me go in my CSV and edit it. Okay, so first things first, I don't really feel like I need the finite stuff, but I'm just, oh, wait, I learned a trick. There's stuff about finite math in here that I don't really super need. Do you delete it?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I don't know, it depends.
Drop tables.
Drop all the tables. Yeah. So I'm just gonna clean up this part, right? So I'm gonna clean this up into two things. So the first thing I'm gonna do is insert a column. Oops, that was not where I wanted my column. Okay, so I'm going to call this one topic in intro, and I'm going to call this other one line 2. And I'm actually going to change this to read line 1. Oh wait, better yet, this is dumb. Why would you do it this way, Joe? This is stupid. Do this one as line 1. And revert that to topic intro. Okay, so in order to improve this, oh, what the hell? I keep changing exactly how I want to build this, kind of because I have ADD a little bit, right? So my pseudocode looks like I want to get this printing into processing, right, or reading into processing and then printing out in LaTeX, right? And I'm kind of like, well, I should clean it up first. But let me show you the other thing and then we'll clean it up in a bit. It'll become obvious why I need to clean it up in a bit. So now that I have it doing something, what should I do?
Well, you want to change this stuff, right?
Yeah. You want to save this and commit that change to GitHub. And you want to change it to, or you want to reflect that it's now reading the CSV. And then you want to commit that change and then push it. Why do you want to do that right now? Like, when is the appropriate time to commit something to GitHub?
When you've done something.
Always.
Yeah, when you've made some kind of substantial change that's now working. Or when you've made some kind of substantial change and you're worried the power might go out.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Unless you're working on a laptop, in which case, who cares?
It's basically a disk.
Yeah, if the battery in your laptop is crap, which happens, totally understand, then you'll want to do that in case you're worried about the power going out. Because you don't want to have that, like, the lights in the room shut off and you're like, no, I have 30 seconds! Control, damn it. Okay, so I now have it reading into processing at least. Cool? What's next? Now I should get it trying to write some LaTeX code, right? So let me get it writing LaTeX code in the print line at least. So I need to know what LaTeX code is supposed to look like. So I'm going to open up my text file again. And I'm just going to go down here a ways. And okay, so it looks like those lines, right? Look like topic and topic and topic double slash. What's up? No? Okay. So grab one of those lines, copy it, open processing. Oops. Paste it in here, comment it out. Make yourself another little comment, something like, this is what I'm aiming for. Okay, so in my print line then, I have a topic, right? You guys see this? So, what if I just said, and double slashy? Oh, it's like, dude, you can't do that in here. Why can't I do that in there?
It's latex code.
Yeah, because that's bonkers, dude. The and symbol means something in here. Right? And I don't want it to mean something. Like, I just want it to be an and symbol. So how do I make it from meaning some...
Quotes.
Quotes.
Okay.
Turn it into a string. Syntax error on stuff. Delete this. Thank you, processing. Way to help, buddy. Thought we were friends. So why is it pissed?
Why did you put slashes before the quote?
Because I wanted those to be in the string. Right? Because I don't want processing to interpret those.
Do that.
I think I can.
What?
That's not the complaint.
Maybe you have to do a plus symbol between topic and the
Yeah, the complaint here is that you're trying to print a string variable and a string variable, but you're not sticking them together in any way, so it's seeing this as two arguments. So you want a string concatenator. Okay, see that? So
Space.
ruh-roh. It's only printing one of the slashies. Why is it only printing one of the slashies?
The way it is.
Yeah, because of the way it is.
That's
Because the way you get it to print a slashy in a string is to do two slashies, because it interprets the slashy as a something after this will mean something, right? It uses the slash to do like carriage returns and escape characters and stuff. So if you want to get an actual slashy, you need a double slash. So if you want two actual slashies, then you need 4.
oh, you're doing that. You can't do top.
Yeah, so then you're like, if you had tried to do this with 4 slashes,
Oh, that just doesn't work.
yeah, I think,
If you do the same thing but double backslash and space, you don't need 4.
if you do double backslash and then a space. Liar. Don't lie to me, Chris. Also, I don't want that space at the end, bud. Okay, so problem still. It's not doing this day by day. You guys see that? It's saying, like, if I put this into my schedule, these would be all the Mondays. Oh yeah, this class is only 2 days a week anyway. Right? So what do I need to do? I have 3 slots, right? There's a slot and then an ampersand and then a slot and then an ampersand and then a slot. So if I only want 2 days a week, what else do I need to remove here?
Just one of the ampersands.
Good. Just remove one of the ampersands. Good. Okay. So now I have it going through, and it looks like those are on all the Tuesdays. You guys see this? Why would this be all the Tuesdays?
Because those are the first days.
Yeah, so when this gets executed by LaTeX, right, it does this one, and then this slot gets put under Thursday. So there's nothing in that slot. You guys see that? So I have a problem. I need to get this reading. I need to get this reading these 2 at a time, right? You guys see that? How friggin' annoying is that? So how do I get it reading 2 at a time?
You would have it string topic 2 equals something.
Yeah, you need like another argument in your print line, right? You need like something like this. So I changed it to read print line topic plus ampersand plus topic plus slashes. And you probably want to put some spaces in there to make your code a little bit more readable. But this isn't quite going to work, right? Why isn't this going to work? Yeah, because topic's still the same, right? Topic's the same topic that you got out of that row. You guys see that? So I need something a little bit more subtle here. I need like a list of all the topics, right? So I can print through them 2 at a time. Yeah, so I really kind of need like and then also read the next line, right?
Yeah. So
you guys see that? So how do you do that?
you do a for loop for half as many rows as the table has.
Yeah, or dumber. You could take all the topics and put them
In alphabetical order in German?
No. You could take all the topics that you get and put them in an array.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Does that make a little bit of sense, guys? Like, if you put them in an array, then you can get them out 2 at a time really easily. Whereas here, because I'm looping through the table, I don't have I can't do row plus 1, right? Because the row is a table row object, and adding 1 to it doesn't make any sense. Okay, see that? So I want to do my printing stuff outside of this for loop. And I think I want to put these in an array. So how do you make a string array? String. And then array. And what should you call your string array? Yeah.
JKBFHDJKG.
Call it topics. And then so you're going to go get a topic out of the row, right? And then what are you going to do? You're going to do topics dot append topic. Why isn't it like that?
We didn't erase
No. That was a good guess, though. Because it doesn't exist in a for loop would be probably a legitimate concern.
Because you can't append something on a null value.
Also not quite.
Oh.
It's because of the way append works in processing. So when you're trying to do something that you don't quite remember, if it yells at you, go look it up. So here's the deal. Append isn't an array method. It's a general method that takes an array as an argument. You guys see that? I agree this is dumb, but this is the way processing does appending.
Why?
I don't know. Because processing, like every language has a little quirk or two. The way processing does appending is one of its quirks. Arrays don't have very many methods in processing. They really only have a length attribute. So if you want to append, you need to do something like this. So I'm just going to copy this code and throw it in here. You're like, all right, well, this. Let's see. I don't need a new string array, though. I can just do topics. And I can append to topics the string topic.
Ow.
Does that hurt your all y'all's brains?
Oh. Not as much as it should.
Let's see, and then I want this out of here, right? So I'm going to take that and put it outside the for loop. And it's going to whine at me. And I want to print line topics. Topics. Let me do 0 and 1 just for kicks. Okay, so are you all understanding what's going on here? Or is my bad naming convention broken your minds? So why is this a weird naming convention?
Because it's bad.
This one line has the word topic in it 3 friggin' times, right?
They're all different.
Well, yeah, they're all kind of different. So this is making the topics array, right, into the result of the append method run on the topics array with topic as an argument. Right? So this is going to take whatever it got out of the row, attach it to the end of the topics array, and then store that in the topics array. And then after I'm done with my for loop, I'm going to print that out. Well, no, I'm not going to print it out. Oh, ruh-roh. Null pointer exception. Why is a null pointer exception?
There's nothing called topic.
There's a thing called topic. It's a string. It's right there. That's not my problem.
Well, it's looking in the string array for the thing called topic.
I think my issue is that I passed this topics, and topics is declared but not initialized.
Right.
So maybe. Huh. Did that work? It did a thing. Like, it didn't kick a null pointer at me. It didn't kick a null pointer at me because I initialized the array as an empty array. So, did it work or what?
Only one to find out.
There's only one way to find out. I think I ran it. It gave me some stuff. Is that the first 2 lines out of my CSV with an and a double slashy?
No. Wait.
There's an and then there's a double slash in the other.
I mean, I think it is.
Yeah.
Oops, wrong
What do
thing.
you have in your
Syllabus, LaTeX, download processing, size, BG, point, coordinate, line, rectangle, ellipse mode. Oops, not the right thing in here. Syllabus, LaTeX, download processing, size, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Can you scroll down on your code?
All right. So, seems legit. Looks like it's working. Now what?
Now we get to do all the lines. So not
Yeah, so now we should try each line, right? So how do you get each, like, I need a for loop, right?
You can go.
For,
You can put
4 rows.
for, I don't know.
the same thing, and it's giving me out of bounds exception.
Then you don't have the same thing.
It's because the files
Okay, so you want to do for loop what? For
If I equals 0, I is less than topics dot length, I plus plus.
integer I smaller than topics dot length. Yeah?
No, and I equals 0.
Topics dot give.
Oh yeah, you have to initialize, right? So integer I starting at 0, I smaller than the length of the topics array, incremented by
1.
2.
Okay. I
Well-
also have the incrementer inside for loop.
The topics array only has one thing. You don't want the topics array. You want the.
Yes, it, no.
No, the topics array has one thing for every row.
Yeah.
And I want to do print out topics I and topics I plus 1. Bazambo. Take that! Like this week, we did a strike day and LaTeX and processing. Is that what we did this week? I think that's what we did this week. That's what we're doing right now. This lecture is recursive. Right? It references itself. Weird.
But does a list of all lectures include the lecture list?
Yes. It does, because in fact, it should actually include a couple more lectures, right? Because I should really fill out the rest of the semester before I make this.
On schedule. Passed.
What is a possible problem with this?
If there is, you have the information for a Tuesday but not for a Thursday.
Yeah, if your array length is odd, right? If I was making this program on a Tuesday, it would be kicking an out of bounds exception at me because I asked it for the I plus first thing.
You just shove that forward, but if switch state, basically.
Yeah, so you could switch this, or you could just make an empty space in your CSV.
So if it was odd, make an empty slot. If even.
Yeah. Or you could decrement less or whatever. Like, you could straighten this up.
You know the thing that's a syllabus link? That's, for some weird reason, that's on every single one.
That's because you're doing 0 right here. Okay, so, questions, deals? This is a valuable trick to know. Getting the computer to write code in another language is a super, super useful trick, and it's really, really common with HTML especially. So, HTML code is, like I said before, almost never written by hand. Usually you write it using some kind of either what you see is what you get editor, like a WYSIWYG editor is the common name, where you can just drag shit around. Or you write PHP or JavaScript or whatever to dump HTML code out. Cool? Okay. Sick.